Check 1, 2. Oh, there we go.
So, okay. Did it say we're live? Okay, we are live. So, thank you everybody for joining us here at the All Day, Late Night All Day podcast. Already fucking up, but we're gonna get
Bless is
through it.
hot.
We're gonna get through it. So, I'm AJ Graham, aka Alonzo Jules, and I am here with my co-host Jamie.
I am Jamie, aka Ms. Johnson, aka mother of too many children.
So, today we're gonna be talking about corny. And what is it to be corny? So, in my opinion, corny is just it induces cringe in people. Like uh, why would you do that? Why would you say that? So we got one person showing up. What's up? What's up, Sydney? You
Sending
got fan?
Sydney love.
You got fans in here, Jamie? I don't
Hi,
think so.
Sydney.
You can see the comments, right?
Oh, wait. I can. Let me click on that. Oh, I can. Aw, thank you.
Okay.
I
So,
got my little petty shirt on, y'all. So let's be petty today.
so in your opinion, Jamie, what would corny be to you?
The exactly what you said. I actually made notes and I said corny, and next to it wrote embarrassing, cringeworthy.
That secondhand embarrassment.
Secondhand embarrassment slash cringeworthy. Hey, Camille.
So yeah, we got a list of people that we want to go over and see what you guys. Oh, that's what I was gonna say first. You know, different types of corny. What's up, Machiko? So there's different types of corny. You wouldn't put. Am I delayed? I hope not. You wouldn't put Bow Wow in the same corny as Russell Wilson, who are two people that have been notoriously called corny.
Right.
You know, so since we've mentioned them, let's go ahead and talk about Little Bow Wow, and I do
You
mean
mean
little.
Mr. 106 in Park?
1 and 6 in Park.
Mr.
Let's see.
106 in Park?
Let's see if I can bring this up here. Hopefully, I can do this correctly. Okay, I can't.
I'm
So there
so
was a
loving
picture.
Machiko said Nick Cannon, King Corn.
we'll get to him too. So, but Little Bow Wow, aka Shad the Lad. That's what I nicknamed him in my head because it's funny to me. You know, there's been pictures of him standing on his tippy toes in pictures, like with women. There was a video notoriously where he was in China or somewhere and he was trying to like hide and like, oh man, I hope they don't mob me and all this stuff. Like, bruh, yeah, nobody
Bow Wow, they
cares
don't know
about you
you.
like that, bro.
They don't know you.
Nobody cares about you like that. Wait,
Oh, like,
who's running out on the Grammys?
oh, see, I didn't know about that one.
Mm. Am I good?
You're
Am I
glitching a
am I
little bit on
okay?
us.
Am I?
There you go. Now you're good.
Ah, damn it. Okay. Sorry, I'm only on
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
Machiko,
My
you're absolutely
computer's.
right. Bow Wow named himself Mr. 106 and Park. He named himself that.
It's just an embarrassment, man. Like, come on, bro. What are you doing here?
Shad, what are you doing, Shad? I'm gonna be calling all these cornballs by their government names. Your mama called you Clay.
Government
I'm gonna
name,
call
no.
you Clay. Shad needs to cut it out. Okay.
He and that leads me to someone who is slightly adjacent to him. Soldier Boy, tell him.
Listen,
I
Soldier
don't know.
Boy just had a concert here at Mohegan Sun. Tickets were regular club entry fee. It was a regular 20 some regular dollars to get in to see Soldier Boy crank it on stage. Okay. But
you know, uh,
at the same time, I can't hate on a man that can take one song from 11 summers ago and keep bumping that joint and getting paid for it.
For the longest, Soldier Boy was I couldn't stand him, but I have to give him slight respect because he was the guy that he's the first rapper to get famous off the internet.
You can't be mad at that.
So I gotta okay. So maybe Soldier Boy ain't the
Soldier
corny.
Boy, I don't think I actually made a note. I said DeAndre Cortez is not corny.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. We'll give him
He's
that. At
just
least he's had some corny moments though.
he's had see now that's something we need to touch on. There are people who are not corny, but they do have their corny
They've had
moments
corny
that
moments.
we
So
can bring up.
there was a video that a Vlad interview. Like it was a home invasion and all this stuff, and people coming in and shooting and all this stuff. My connection is
Soldier
trash.
Boy, you ain't got no money. I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
What's up, Rye? So, if I was doing the interview after he told that story, I would have said, "Oh shit, dude, I'm sorry. Hey, we gotta do that. We gotta do that over. We weren't recording." And just to see if he
I
comes
would
up
have
with the
just,
same damn story.
yeah, same thing. Or I just would have been like, I wouldn't have posted it at all. I'd have been, oh man, thank you for the interview. That was great. That's all I would post. Thank you for that great interview. It was great. Everybody, Soldier Boy's here. And that's all I would have posted. I would have cut everything else
He
out.
he also was
What's
scamming
up,
people.
Rye? Camille,
Janelle
is my
Monae.
connection bad or is it just AJ's? Because if
It's
so,
probably
it's because
just
I got a
mine.
really good
I'm on
connection.
Wi-Fi. You gotta throw that. I have a really good connection. AJ over here
I just wanted to put him on blast, y'all.
with his hot
Uh,
spot.
so, okay, here, since, we're talking about rappers, do you think Diddy is corny?
He has corny moments.
He has corny moments. He's
Like
not corny.
his social media is very corny. Struggle Nick, come on, man. I'm trying out here.
Struggle with.
I guess that's the common that's struggle.
Yeah, you know what? I Diddy's just disappointing. He's not corny. The man is just known for wasting women's time.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they're no longer here, wanting to cry about it.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. So since we're going that route, there's been a man that's been in the news lately. Social media has gotten on him. Michael B. Jordan. Michael. So we disagreed on this one with Michael B. Jordan.
Yes, but I don't think he's corny as a whole. I just think that was his corny moment because I can't be mad at the man. He just made in one weekend $100 million.
Yeah, I mean, he also had that song, that video where he was like talking to his dream girl. That was pretty corny.
But see,
That was
corny moments. But then you can't be mad at a man who had the longest relationship with Lori Harvey that any of them have had. Because if
that is
anybody
true.
can
That's
hold
very
Lori
true.
Harvey for longer than 3 months and got to hang out with Steve and get Steve's okay, got Steve over there crying in his suits now because he gone. So, exactly, Machiko. He's a rich cornball because he had a corny moment. I felt like, dude, you just spent $78 million to make a movie that just made you $100 million in one weekend. Okay,
Right.
you're gonna make more. You're worried about some he say, she say from when you were 15 years old. And mind you, when you listen to the original interview that the girl did, she never said it. Her co host said it. And she just said, yeah, that's just how he was in high school. So she did not say he was corny, but she didn't agree. So
Mm.
I just feel like for him to be on the red carpet when he's trying to have a moment and for him to just be like, oh, yeah, because I'm Mr. Corny. Yes, now you are corny.
Yeah, he came about that the wrong way.
He came about that the wrong way. If he would have handled it differently, I wouldn't have said it was corny. But you're right, Machigo. It hit his ego.
Right.
And it built up all them little corny feelings. And they started rustling like this.
Mm-hmm.
And he had that he couldn't even hold it. And you saw he was ready to walk off, but then he came back. And then he turned around and said, because I'm corny, right? Like he could have just kept it moving. That girl was trying to do her job. She ain't that great at it. She's not the best interviewer. So,
No.
okay, she may have slipped some words. So Then he turned back around and you saw like she was just like, oh, oh
You
crap.
know, on second thought, after I was thinking about it, if he just would have said it one time, he probably could have got away with it. But he was kind of badgering her like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man.
Say
Like,
it once, have your moment, be like, oh, because I'm here on the red carpet because I'm about to make mad money off one movie again, and then keep it moving. But no, he sort of sat there and stared at her face and was like, yeah, because I'm a cornball, right?
yeah, that's what made it cringy,
Yeah,
as we
see,
would say.
that's what it was. It became that cringeworthy moment, and we circle back to meanings of things because words
Right.
mean things.
Words are not just syllables,
Team
meaning silly
Carson
bull.
said, I'll be corny all day. We got pensions and 401k.
Oh,
I
somebody
have a
out there for a little
pension.
bit.
No, but I do have a 401k.
Wait, what yellow weave are you talking about? Who had a yellow weave?
I don't know. I'm like trying to read everybody's comments because they're so good. Exactly, Sydney. He should have came off less serious. It was how serious. Like if you're gonna do something like that, you do it in a joking manner. You be like, "That's right," because I'm corny, and then you keep it moving. But then you saw the face, you
Yeah,
saw the body language change, you saw that cringe come over the whole moment.
you there was some moments of like I felt as somebody who has been uh bullied in the past. There was that moment of like it brought him back to being a kid. Like he started thinking about being bullied,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have to work on that, Killmonger, because that's not it. So all right, let's go ahead and move on to the
All
next
right. Well,
person.
you know what? Let's take it to somebody else who sort of acts, but is sort of a comedian. Let's talk about Tiffany Haddish. Because we've talked
Woo
about some
wee.
men. Let's bring the women into this. Let's
Okay.
talk about Tiffany and the BS that she is putting down. Okay.
So Tiffany Haddish. First, I'm gonna say something good about her. When she's not in character, being like whatever the fuck shtick she's trying to do, she's actually funny.
Yes.
She's actually like a decent person. But when she's in character, it's absolutely horrible. I
Cringe.
I had the dishonor of being at a karaoke bar in Hollywood, random night, and Tiffany Haddish was there. She went up and did karaoke.
Ooh.
She did the Proud Mary by
Ah,
Tina
Tina.
Turner. Cool karaoke. You don't take karaoke seriously. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
If you can sing doing karaoke, fuck you. Move out the way. Let us normal people come up
Listen
here and
here, Frank
sing.
Sinatra. Move to the back.
For
Time for me
real.
to come tear up this Journey song real quick.
I had to follow this girl one time who did I'll always love you by Whitney Houston, and she blew it out her. I'm like,
So
man,
mad. I hate when people do that.
I'm glad I'm doing a Disney song. But yeah, Tiffany Haddish went up there. She did Proud Mary, cool, whatever. Everybody is feeling it. But then when her song went off, she
Oh
started
boy.
freestyling, which she cannot freestyle at all. And Jesus Christ, I wish I could show this video. I don't know where it was. I was trying to find it, but it was just horrible. So yeah, Machiko mentioned this here. Also, that weird pedo shit that she did with Ari Spears,
Another cornball
another cornball.
who's got too much time on his hand and enjoys the fact that he hasn't had anything since Mad TV. I'm glad you can do impersonations, sir, but how you gonna be mad at everybody in the world for working and having a job? You mad at
hey,
Lizzo because she got some weight? Okay, but she got
hey,
money. You can wipe her behind
hey,
with
since
dollar bills, and you sitting over there doing skits here in Providence, Rhode Island, at the Comedy Connection, where starters go. So,
you know,
ooh, are you hurt? Were
I've
you hugged
noticed,
as a child?
I've noticed, you don't talk about Lizzo. Don't talk about Lizzo,
Don't
because if
talk
you talk
about
about
Lizzo.
Lizzo, it's even just don't. It's been a jinx to everybody.
Talking about Lizzo is like talking about Beyonce. The Lizzo
Just
hive will come for your soul.
don't do it. I did it one time and I regretted it. And I thought what I said was constructive criticism. I just didn't like what she was wearing at the Super Bowl, and everybody just jumped on me like, "Oh, you fuck you." And
Listen,
I'm like, "Hey, I apologize for this. Please stop with the hate mail."
no, don't talk about Lizzo. Mm-mm.
So,
Don't nobody talk about bad about Miss Jenkins. That's what that
all
is.
right. So we've had a couple people say it. We gonna have to talk about them. We gonna have to talk about him. The elephant in the room,
The
Chris Rock.
elephant, the non-funny, now that he's older and really trying elephant in the room.
He
So
is not funny.
listen, I 37 years of life right here. I remember watching Eddie Murphy Raw as a kid, comedy.
Right.
Richard Pryor cursing for no reason just because he could, comedy. And then they would sprinkle Chris Rock in there. And I'm like, why? I have,
I,
I can swear to you, 37 years here, y'all, I have never once laughed at any comedy sketch he has ever put out.
because Chris Rock, all he does is talk in a funny voice and give his opinion. That's all he does.
Because if you don't talk with your hands, are you even really funny?
Because white people, and women be shopping. Women be
Women be
shopping.
shopping.
Like that's his whole thing.
That's
And
it.
Dave Chappelle made fun of Chris Rock in what was it? In Nutty Professor.
And not, yes,
Yeah, that was a Chris Rock parody.
that was
Even
him
with the
being
teeth and
Chris Rock.
everything.
How is it Dave Chappelle was funnier as Chris Rock than Chris Rock is at being Chris Rock?
Chris Rock. So I watched the special begrudgingly. I only watched it so I could talk shit. There was a couple things where I didn't laugh. I pushed air out of my nose. You get that's all you get from me, Chris. And he said something like, oh, you can't tell on TV, but Will Smith is significantly bigger than me, which is true. Chris Rock is like 5'6".
Yeah,
Will Smith is 6'4". So yeah,
6'4", yep.
they're big. I gotta put this one up there. That's great. That is great.
I was losing it when Sydney
Machika
said,
for
let's
the
talk
win.
about how Will Smith rocked the H out of Chris Rock.
Man, so yeah, so he was like, oh, Will Smith is significantly bigger than me. Even when we're animated, he's bigger than me. When Chris Rock played a zebra, Will Smith was a shark. But that ending joke, man, when he was like, oh, people ask why I didn't hit him back, because my mama said, or my parents taught me not to fight in front of white people. So you just let Louis C.K. and Ricky Gervais call you the N-word up and down, all in your face, and you just laughed along with
All in his face, and he's shucking and jiving. He and Han.
Like that picture that had came up with him dressed like a clown. I'm pretty sure
If that's not the most accurate picture I've ever seen in my life of Chris Rock.
It was probably his idea. And then I noticed Will Smith famously said after he sat down, "Keep your wife's name out your fucking mouth." And Chris Rock didn't say Jada not one time. You can go up there. Oh, damn it.
We all know, because he said G.I. Jane, what he was talking about.
Man.
But
he has been picked.
He never said his wife's name.
He never said it. He's
Camille, Chris did not go that hard. It was a very struggle special for me. He was struggling. 30 years of making fun of Jada. Will shouldn't have slapped him, but I still support Chris needs therapy. Absolutely, Rye. You are 1 bajillion% right.
Yeah, he definitely policing women's bodies. Also, yep. I think Chris Rock tried getting at Jada way back in the day, and he got curved, and he's been holding that resentment ever since. Because this isn't the first time he's picked on her. This isn't the first time. So, in my opinion, Chris Rock is extraordinarily corny to the nth degree. He doesn't just do corny things. He is corny.
I mean, listen,
Chris Corn.
nobody is ever going to mean anything to Jada unless you're Tupac.
Sadly, and their kids.
Will can't even live up to Tupac. So Chris Rock can sit in the corner with Will. They should be hugging each other. If anything, they should be taking
Oh,
bubble baths together and reminiscing on the fact that neither one of them can truly be Tupac to Jada.
did you really tell them to sit in the what's the
Just
coke
make sure they're coddled and rocking back and forth in the bathtub.
the cup chair together?
In the exactly, Sydney. Insecurities.
So earlier, somebody mentioned another guy who has been very corny all his whole career, in my opinion. Nick Cannon,
Mr. Baby Maker himself.
Mr. Babymaker himself, which is problematic himself. Um, a lot of people bring up like, oh well, he can have all those kids because he got money. Money will never replace time,
No,
and he has more than seven, right?
I want to say what he's up to 9 now.
Yeah, I believe it's more than seven. So you can't even say a kid a day.
Mm, mm, mm. Oh wait, let's Google Nick. Let's see how many kids he got. Let's say all their names. Oh Lord, it literally says 12 kids and counting.
So yeah, I thought I thought I was like when I seen he was gonna come up with that show, it was like,
I'm
uh,
glad that was a hoax.
yeah, I'm glad it was too. I'm like, man, what are you doing, bro? That was corny in itself. Like, I felt like he's like it's some type of ego thing that you're having this many kids.
Mm.
Like you're just out here raw dogging all these women. I want to know how the fuck did he pull Mariah Carey? That's what I want to know. Because Mariah
I
Carey,
mean, Mariah was at a low point when they kind of got together. We know Mariah has been through some things.
right?
She's had from dealing with the fight for the money when her ex, who was the producer, and then she was just dating a bunch of riffraff. And then Nick Cannon just sort of fell in there.
I guess so. Should have been me. I should have fell in there. Mariah Carey was like one of my first celebrity crushes. I'm pretty sure it was probably his too, honestly.
I think he actually says that, which is why he's got that big behind Mariah across his back.
Fair enough. I'm not mad at that one. So yeah, Sydney says here he has a terminal illness, so it's about reserving his legacy. So okay, I
Okay.
got I got to give him. I kind of get that. I can't tell people how to feel, especially if it's a terminal illness. I don't know what that feels like. I hope I never have to know what that feels like. So
I mean, kudos to him. I have 4 kids, and I don't remember anything I did before 5 o'clock today. So, I mean, if he's got 12 children, knock himself out. Much like him, I have twins. So, if anything, the only person who's really suffering are his oldest kids with Mariah.
right. So Chico saying he's making as many kids as possible. So one of those kids that have the cure. Damn.
I shouldn't even laugh at that. I'm terrible for that.
Hey, we're all a little terrible. So, we kind of mentioned Will Smith, and I had Will Smith on the list. So, is Will corny though?
No,
I think he's had his moments of being
he
corny, but
has corny moments. I
I
mean,
don't think.
he makes movies for the family.
Yeah,
He makes tear jerkers. He makes music you can play at a bar mitzvah. And I mean, I don't hate Will. He's
yeah,
clearly got a lot of emotional issues happening to snap like that. I mean, he even admitted it. Even,
yeah.
he disappeared for a bit like Dave Chappelle did and went off to Africa or whatever and had his little peacemaker time. But I don't I don't think he's corny.
Nah, we go. Let's bypass Will.
Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned somebody that you wanted to get into that I do not like. I've never liked. He looks like a walking herpy. He looks like human mildew to me. Michael Rappaport.
I cannot stand him. I told you I he literally looks like when you blow your nose when you have a bad cold and all that just phlegm comes out into the tissue. That is him. You're right. He looks like a human herpes sore.
I was always annoyed with him because it's like, who gave you the goddamn authority
To
to talk
talk about
about
black
hip
people.
hop? To talk
To
about hip
talk
hop?
about black
No,
people.
black people in general. Like,
You are not speaking for us as a collective at all.
you know, I'm gonna throw another person in the mix because they're kind of in the same vein. Gary Owen. Gary,
Gary Owen thinks because his ex-wife is black and his children are half black that he gets a pass.
did you
You
ever
don't get a
see
pass. You can't say the N word. You don't get a pass to pretend to be black just because your wife is black. It does not give you a pass, sir.
one of the cringiest videos I ever saw was him replying to Michael Blackson because Michael Blackson ripped him apart and was like,
Good.
you know, okay, nigga, now you say it. So Gary Owen was saying some, you know, he had his little comeback, but every time he was supposed to say nigga, his wife said it, and I'm like, man, this
Somebody send me
is.
her address so we can go as a collective and slap her.
I think they actually got divorced though,
No,
so
they are divorced. Yeah, and
yeah, so
she hit him with
came to
the
her
Eddie Murphy.
senses.
She took half
Good,
because they've been together literally since his comic view days.
like he,
That was the
like I,
last time he was actually funny. He was funny way back in the day when he used to go on Comic View and pray that they didn't boo him off of the stage. That's when he was funny.
well, he was a novelty. That's why, because it was like, oh, look at this white guy in Comic View. So you know, he
Right.
got to talk in his black scent, and oh, I know about black stuff, and look, I'm the corny white dude, and watch me be the corny white dude. So, you know, he got over with that, but his shtick got old really fast. So, I never really liked him, never really cared for him,
Yeah. Him, I would still say he's nowhere near as bad as Michael Rappaport, though.
because Michael Rappaport speaks with well, Gary Owen is comedy, so he's trying to be funny.
He's trying to be funny. He writes them jokes down. He
Yeah.
practices in the mirror and laughs at them himself and says, "That's the one." And then he goes on stage.
Good job. Good job,
I
Gary.
really did that. Let me hit that laugh machine real quick. Ha 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 ha. Rich white guy laugh.
So what do we got this Machiko saying here. Uh Tyga and Avril Lavigne both dating.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the picture of them swapping saliva,
Uh,
swapping DNA. I saw that. So,
oh, this is a good point. I like this point right here. His whole personality became married to a black woman.
bingo. Can we send her a t-shirt? Because that is the best thing I've read all day.
We don't have t-shirts yet, but when we get one,
we
when
gonna
we get
get some.
t-shirts, we'll send her
We
a
gonna get her
t-shirt.
a petty shirt.
So all
No,
right, we're gonna
so I
move.
saw Sydney say controversial, is Kanye canceled? So here's my take on Kanye. To me, the whole MAGA thing that canceled him. That's what cancels Kanye. That talk like that. But the Adidas thing, the breaking all these contracts here and there, that is not corny. That does not cancel him. That man did that for a reason. Now look, isn't Adidas struggling with a K right now? Because they got what, $597 million worth of merchandise they can't sell. They are there was a whole article. What will Adidas do? Shall they go back and sell it? If they sell it, they know they have to give him profit. Broke contract or not.
Yep.
The man was a genius for all that right there. He does things to be canceled. I canceled him after the MAGA thing. All right. He was with a Kardashian. Clearly, the man isn't all the way there. All right.
No.
He
Uh,
lost it when his mother passed away. I knew right then Kanye was not okay
yeah.
because that's when he started wilding.
I've gotten to the point because I used to be hardcore defending this dude when he married Kim Kardashian. I was defending him. The MAGA stuff, I'm like, whatever. There's probably other popular celebrities that are, you know, Trump supporters
Right.
that don't say anything, whatever. But when he said that he loved Hitler, I'm like, bro, I
Bruh,
can't with you
stop
no more. I
talking.
can't. I said, stop,
Somebody cut the
please.
mic. Where's the camera guy? Cut it. Cut it. That was the only thing. Yeah. But I wouldn't
Kanye,
cancel him. I just can't be mad
Kanye,
at Kanye.
Kanye said in one of his songs, "Soon as they like you, make them don't like you." He said
He
that,
said
so it's
this.
like
He's told us from
Kanye.
the beginning.
Kanye was like, "You love me, I'll show you. I'll, I'll show you. You better not love me."
But you know, no matter how crazy that man is, he's sitting on that soccer field for his kids.
Yeah, he goes in for his kids. I will say that.
So it's like I can't cancel Kanye. I can't. I don't see him as corny. He's not a simp. I won't cancel him. So
So, okay, so we're gonna move into the slightly political sphere. This guy is annoying. He's corny. He's misinformed. Ben Shapiro.
I knew you were going to say Ben Shapiro. The minute you said political, I said Mr. Political Podcast himself, Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. You know what? Let's take the political stuff out of it for a second. At his core, Ben Shapiro is a very corny person.
He's humiliating as a
Like,
person.
yeah. Do you want to know? I watched a video of somebody talking about him. Do you want to know what this guy used to go as
Oh,
for
God.
Halloween as a child? As a child, John Adams, the president. Now, if you're a
Now,
child,
that could be because his mama was cheap. Because
that was
I
his
remember how
idea.
many years I was a witch. Because we bought that one hat and that black dress, and Stella said, "You use a witch every year, baby. We'll just change your lipstick color." So maybe his mama was broke.
Nah, he come from a rich family.
That's right. He
Yeah.
do. Mm,
So Ben
mm.
Shapiro, the reason he's what he is now, he was trying to be a screenwriter, and
Yep.
Hollywood was like, "Sorry, Ben, this is not good." So he got into the right wing political sphere, and he carved a niche for himself. He has fans. He has a following.
He has a big following actually. If you go to his
He's
podcast, he's got a pretty good size
yeah.
following of
He,
misinformed people who got to
oh
listen to him speak the words of WAP. There we go. Stan
oh.
WAP home. I was just about to say it, Rod. Beat me to it. I was him speaking the lyrics of WAP.
You want to know what's funny? That was the first time I heard that song.
No way.
Yeah, like I was like, what?
Ben
I'm like, what is he
Shapiro
talking
was
about?
the first time you heard.
Yeah, I'm like, cause I'm kind of late on music sometimes, so I'm like, whatever. But somebody posted the video of him like reading the lyrics with no feeling and like, oh my god, these women need medical help and all this stuff.
Yeah, that's
Like
what he said. These women are
embarrassing the
sick.
shit out of
There's
his
something
wife.
wrong with them.
Yeah, I'm like, you just went on national TV and let everybody know that you've never satisfied your wife.
Ever.
I mean, he doesn't look like I don't know. I don't know. So
I mean,
yeah,
you know.
Ben Shapiro, you are corny. You cannot be uncorned. You are forever corny in my eyes.
Well, I mean, if you talk about Ben, then you have to talk about Elon Musk.
That was gonna be the next person on my list.
I figured. Mr.
Elon
Twitter.
Musk.
Mr. Twitter.
I will forever hate Elon Musk because I had money in Dogecoin. I had put in $300. I had got about 1,200. Yes,
I love how mad you are about this.
Man. So when his stupid ass went on Saturday Night Live,
Oh God.
I was sitting there looking at my phone. Let's see what's gonna happen. In the second his stupid, ugly face popped up on camera, that shit started tanking. And I'm like, I should have sold. I should have fucking sold.
Should have just sold.
More power to you, Machiko. Hey, what she said right here. Dogecoin got her. Hey, she paid for her Tesla with Doge. So, hey,
Do it. Do it. Listen, I never bought into it, but you know what? You probably sold at the right time. And that was the thing. You ain't had a financial advisor. You didn't know that you needed to buy and sell immediately.
Yep. I wish I would have hit sell when he was doing that. But let's
I
move
mean,
on from
I
Saturday Night.
couldn't trust the man that's shaped like the Mucinex booger from the Mucinex box. I can't trust that. I cannot.
So yeah,
That
moving
man
on
with no
here.
shirt on is the scariest thing I've seen all day.
It was.
He does think black's the racist. He says that because, we're always pro black and Black Lives Matter, all this, and that makes us racist. We apparently hate other races because we don't want to be discriminated against. That makes us a racist people. That is pretty much what he said.
Elon Musk is the richest incel. He has 15 kids and he's an incel.
I
Because
mean,
the stuff that he says, he is the antithesis of Ted Cruz.
mm,
Elon Musk
mm.
wants to be funny, but he's not.
Does he though?
No, he Elon Musk, he tries to be funny so much. He
I
tries
think he
all the
just
time.
wants that factor. He wants people to be like, "Oh my god, Elon said that." I don't think it's more of like funny. He just wants the attention. Any attention is good attention. He's like a middle child. He's got middle child syndrome so bad.
But what I was saying is he wants to be funny, but he's not. But Ted Cruz doesn't want to be funny and is extremely funny. He's hilarious to me. Not because he tries to be funny, but I like to laugh at him. Like, I seen somebody say Ted Cruz is like Wolverine, but instead of claws, he has flaccid penises.
Check, please. I will be taking my cup, getting my drink. I'm leaving. Oh, Sydney, I'm so sorry. We love you. Thanks for coming back.
So yeah, Elon, like, he bought Twitter. I don't think he really planned to buy Twitter. I think it started as a joke, and
It
then it
did.
was just
And then he
like
had to follow through.
he had to follow through, and he's like, "Fuck, I don't want this shit," and then he
Yep.
fucked it up, and just
He was like,
horrible.
what can I do to get out of this deal?
Sydney is a big fan of you already, Jamie.
I love you, Sydney. I know. I wish. So wait, you guys are all on the West Coast. I'm over here on the East Coast, freezing to death right now. So I'm a little
Um,
jealous.
we got some people all over. We got Texas in here. We got Colorado.
Hey,
I got a
Texas.
couple people from New York in here as well.
Okay.
So yeah, we
Oh,
across
Sydney in the
the
South,
country.
girl. I stay in the South. Okay, I will be finding you. We gonna meet up after this. Uh,
So we got to bring it back to the ladies because there's,
are we gonna do Lil
of
Mama?
course, more men are corny than women, in my opinion. I think there's more guys that are corny.
Absolutely. Because
We
I feel like
men
men try harder.
we also men we abuse confidence. There's some men out there that are like, you shouldn't be as confident as you are.
I'm gonna need for you to push your chest in. Just bring it
Calm
in.
that
You have
down.
it here,
Calm that
but I need you to bring it here.
down.
You're not at that level yet.
But like, hey, Sydney said it. Men have to. But there are some corny ladies out there, and this one hurts. This one hurts to say. This one hurts 8-year-old AJ to say, because I had a crush on this lady, and I'm pretty
Oh
sure
boy.
every black man that's on this right now did too. Stacy Dash. Stacy.
I was Stacey Dash for Halloween from Clueless.
No, you were Dion. You were not
I was
Stacy. You were Dion.
Dion, who was black, but around white people. And now Stacey Dash is um, confused. I don't know. Um, her last video, she was talking about how she doesn't bleach her skin. She just doesn't go in the sun. Um,
I mean, there was also she didn't know that DMX died.
when she posted the crying video,
Yeah,
he was such a good man.
which he was. He was cool, dude.
He
Can't
was
say nothing
great,
bad
but
about him.
everybody knew that 2 months before she posted that video.
I think he had already been dead for like a year. Like she was like super late. Like where you
Who is
been?
not, what I want to know is who's not monitoring certain people's social media? There are certain people who need to be monitored online. Who are you paying? Why are you paying people
Where are your
if
people?
they're not going to make sure that you're not making mistakes like this?
I, maybe they don't have the people.
Sydney, I would characterize my skin. I think it's the light in here, actually. I'm a much brown. I'm like, I would say, so my makeup,
Ooh.
I call it cappuccino. I don't have any on right now except for this lipstick by Fenty. Rihanna sponsor me. But yeah, I'm more of like a cappuccino color. So like if I turn off this light, see, I'm browner. It's the light making me glow.
We see how pretty you are. All
Oh,
right,
Sydney,
so
she a bitch, but I love this lipstick.
we're gonna get to the next person here, and this is gonna be probably the most controversial one. I'm probably gonna get some heat from this one, and
Really?
yeah, being a wrestling fan,
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
I
it.
know who you're gonna say.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and I got reason for this, and I think some people are starting to see it as well though. Dwayne, I'm not gonna call him the Rock. This is Dwayne. The Rock,
No, call him
in my
Dwayne. I told you.
yeah
His mama
yeah,
called him Dwayne. We gonna call him Dwayne.
The Rock, as a wrestling fan, in my opinion, The Rock died in 1994 or in 2005. That kid, that guy, that person, that persona doesn't exist anymore. Dwayne comes back and he's a parody of himself. The last time he was in WWE, the last thing he said was, "I'm here for you guys and I'm never leaving," and the nigga ain't been back since. He's a deadbeat dad.
I was about to say, he said, "Hey son, I haven't seen you in like 8 years. It's because your mama's fault. Hey, I'm gonna run to the store right quick and get some cigarettes." And he ain't ever came back. He was like, "Hey, you want some candy or some chips or something? I'm just gonna go get some cigarettes and some milk." And he ain't ever came back. So I have to agree with you on Dwayne.
Oh,
It's
Dwayne.
actually an issue in my home because he loves Dwayne Johnson as an actor and not even as a wrestler. Okay. I take it back to I enjoyed him as The Rock. Give me my Stone Cold Steve Austin. Give me my The Rock. Take it back to those days. He loves Dwayne Johnson. I can't stand him.
I so here was my nail in the coffin for Dwayne. His cousin is Roman Reigns, who's current WWE champion,
Exactly right.
and they looked like they were going to be setting up for The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and The Rock said he can't do it because he wasn't in shape. Motherfucker, your Instagram is nothing but you working out.
Dude, you
And
literally
then,
bench press Kevin Hart. Stop it.
I mean, like you. What do you mean you're not in shape? But also his reaction to Black Adam not doing well was also kind of like, come on, bro.
Did
Like
you
he had
not see
kind
his
of,
temper tantrum about that?
yeah,
The
he had a
whole
bitch fit
temper
about it.
tantrum, like, you need me, bruh. You know how fast he
Wait,
replaced.
who
He
hit
hit
Angela
Angela
Bassett?
Bassett. Okay, now I gotta look this up, ma'am, because this
Wait,
I
what?
did not know.
I need to know who hit Angela Bassett.
Who hit Angela Bassett, Cindy? Please fill us in. Because nobody hits
Thank you,
Mama
Chico.
Jackson.
I mean,
So nobody hits Tina Turner.
I refuse
Michelle,
to watch
Black
any movie.
Adam was terrible. And
I
as
refuse to.
somebody who was a nerd growing up with no friends, who sat in a closet and read comic books, I was highly disappointed. All Black Adam was just a reverse of the Avengers.
Damn. I refuse to watch any Rock movie. The only Rock movie that I've seen is Moana, and that was his best movie
I love Moana.
because he was playing himself, basically.
He
I
was
mean,
playing. He was
he was
playing
playing
himself.
himself. Also, he plays the same character in every movie. He's a cop, or he's in the jungle, or both.
He literally plays himself, pretending like he didn't know he had muscles. Hey guys, the bathroom is that way. Let me just stretch. over here. Like, how do you pretend you didn't know you had muscles? Dude, Jumanji, he pretended like he didn't know he had muscles. Oh my God, I'm so strong. What's that
Also,
Red Notice movie or whatever?
I want to point this out too. He gives false hope to little boys, thinking that they can get that big. He's 50 years old. There's no possible way you are producing testosterone naturally at 50 years old. Why are you
Bruh,
bigger now than when you were wrestling?
I was, bruh, how are you bigger now? At least when he was a wrestler, he had natural flab. There was,
Yeah,
like, it was a natural build to it. And as soon as he stopped wrestling, how is it you can bench press a bus?
he actually had to cycle off of steroids when he got into WWE. Or at some point, he had to cycle off of them because he used them when he was in college for football. And I don't know if you remember, there was a period of time where The Rock used to wear a black shirt when he was wrestling.
Yes.
You want to know why he was wearing that black shirt? He had to have a mammothectomy.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he grew breasts because he had to cycle off of steroids. So
Makes
foreigners
sense.
keep the Rock in business. That you might be right on that one. Yeah, the Rock's never going to go away.
Michelle, you're absolutely right. Everybody carries The Rock in a movie. That Red Notice movie, Ryan Reynolds carried him because I freaking love Ryan Reynolds. And
I used
whatever that other chick who's Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, she carried it too.
Gal Gadot. Yeah. So
Godot, Gadot, whoever she is.
so let's go ahead and move on to the next person. And Sydney, I'm sorry for this one.
Oh boy, Sydney, I don't know who it is yet.
This
Sorry.
guy, this guy is one of the biggest musicians, and I use the word musician very loosely, in the world. Very popular guy. We're talking about Drake, Mr. Lover Boy
21.
himself.
Can you do something for me? 21. You know, I literally
Drake,
Drake is okay, so Drake is corny. I know how we've been discussing like people have corny moments. Drake's life is corny. Since he was on Degrassi and he got shot in the back and ends up in the wheelchair, Drake has been corny. I still love him. He still makes music that I can get down to in the nightclubs, but he's corny. He's been crying about Rihanna since they did they even really date?
you know what I think happened? I think they like probably went on like one or two dates.
Like did he like open the door for her once when she was leaving a restaurant and he called it a date and he was in love with her since? Like he's been crying over Nicki and Rihanna for eons,
Like, and that's his gimmick.
and that's his
It's
thing.
like
Let me be the guy who cries over women. I love Drake though. I
he's
love him.
still
I loved him in Degrassi, and I love him now. So I
he's
won't be
still
mad.
he's still he's still cornball. I think he's a he's a
King
he's a
Corny, Camille.
he's a clout chaser.
Yes, him and his
I'm
fake beefs.
I'm sorry, Sydney.
I am one of them corny people who watch the Grassy Girl. You bet I am.
Hey, you know
Showing up. I
I've been
watched
called
it right up until he got shot, and then I stopped watching it. I'm old.
Kevin Smith was going to make a whole Rossi movie. See that?
No, they weren't.
I never really watched Degrassi, so I can't really talk about that. But like the corniness with Drake from me just comes from like he he seems to always try to position himself to be the center of attention. Like, why are you sitting courtside at every basketball game? Why are you hugging all these basketball
Why are
players?
you rubbing the shoulders of the basketball player? You are massaging shoulders
Oh,
and hyping them up and patting them on the back.
this one right here. I bought all this. I bought all those engagement rings.
All
Like,
these engagement
what is
rings.
that, bro?
Bro, keep that to yourself. You are the reverse of Elizabeth Taylor. Keep
Wait,
that
what?
to yourself.
He's an only child, and
That makes so much sense.
it
It does. And
does.
his dad looks like Ike Turner. So, I mean, things make sense all around.
Yeah. So
He
let's see. We
legit
got.
be rubbing shoulders of the basketball players at the games, though.
So we're coming up on our last 10 minutes here. Let's see. One more person, Sydney or Jamie. Why don't you go ahead and pick the last person if you want to pick the last person?
Well, no, that's tough because we had talked about, I want to say like three in particular. So we're gonna have to like do a quick rundown of three. So we'll start with Big Groove.
Big Groove. Okay, so Big
I
Groove.
only want to start with him because me being the old mom in the room,
You was like,
when
who's
you
that?
when you sent me the list and I saw his name, I literally wrote down next to it, who dis? DIS question mark. And then I went to Google, like the old lady I am, and there was old big swole tight spandex outfit man chucking and jiving all over the place with food. And I'm like, what is this? Why?
Big Groove, for those of you who don't know, is that big muscly guy that's he'll be eating and then he'll just start dancing.
Why?
Literally shucking and jiving. And I don't know if you guys seen it. I did have pictures to bring up, but I don't like how the system does that, so I'm not gonna do that. So I apologize for that. But there was also he was on his TikTok eating watermelon, eating motherfucking watermelon,
I was just eating watermelon.
and not just like eating it here and there. No, comedically eating it. He had his mouth wide open like Pac-Man,
Eating
chomping down
watermelon.
on it like, oh my god. And somebody was like, oh, he's from another country or whatever. Nah, he was born here. You should know better not to be doing
He
that
knew what he
kind of
was
shit.
doing. I was just waiting for him to sit on an old Alabama porch with a rocking chair and have a cotton field behind him. That was the only thing missing from him eating that watermelon like that in that video.
Painting big lips on his, big minstrel.
The big,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're
And I
talking
was just
about.
like, no. Why? Because, before that picture, I was like, you know what? I'm not into the whole dancing thing. But,
No,
maybe this isn't for me. Maybe it's
Camille.
not. Maybe it's not for me. He probably has some fans that love this type of stuff. I've learned to just say this isn't for me. I'm not the target audience for this.
No.
And they're actually somebody started a what is it? Change.org to get
Oh
him
yeah, that
banned. And
petition,
he
and
got
they took him
banned.
down. They
And
took him down.
I'm like, that's fucked up. I'm like, you know what? I mean, he was Black Boy Joy. I'm all for that. This ain't for me. Let the dude do what he's doing. But once you out here literally shucking and jiving and eating watermelon in front of everybody,
In front of everybody, and you know better.
you should know better. I hope
Doing
he
all
don't.
that during Black
I
History
hope
Month.
I hope he doesn't know better. So all right, you said three. So what's the next
And
one that
then
you
we
want to
talked
get to?
about Lil Mama.
Lil Mama had that moment where she got up on stage with her arms folded. That's gonna live in infamy. She'll never be able to live that
In
down.
New York.
What she
Like,
was saying, she was saying like she was just really feeling herself and she just wanted to get up on stage. And I'm like, what made you think that you was gonna be able to get on stage with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys? Ryan
at,
just said,
at what level did you think you were at?
like,
So
I was just
then,
surprised nobody took her off stage.
did you see Jay tap her? Like, yo, sis,
What are you doing?
this ain't your moment.
Get the fuck off stage.
Who is this? Security?
Like, bro,
Security?
what are you doing here?
I mean, but now she's a very successful Tubi actor.
Tubi?
Tubi.
Hey,
Listen,
hey, Tubi.
I am so mad at Tubi. I watched the movie last night on Tubi. In the movie, the girl takes this necklace, she rips it off, and she throws it in the ocean, right?
Uh-huh.
So then she turns around and reaches down. She's got the necklace back on in Tubi. Then when she turns back around, the necklace is gone, and she goes and dives in. I said, Tubi, what you not gonna do? Play me like I'm stupid.
They said, fuck continuity. We gonna do what we want to do. All right, so it looks like we
And then
got
our
time.
last
Okay,
6ix9ine.
one more. 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Rat
Snitch,
Boy.
Takashi the Snitch 6ix9ine, Mr. Skittles Mouth himself.
I love using him as a meme. Like like people have those pictures like, oh, find Waldo or whatever. So
Fine,
I
Takashi.
take that picture and I use 6ix9ine pointing. He's right there, Snitch Boy. he when he first came out, he was just the worst. I'm like, bro, like
I was so mad at how fast people blew him up when he first came out. Rainbow Bright Bridget.
because
Bridget
you
is
know what,
on point tonight.
his music
Listen,
ain't his music ain't bad, but the persona connected to it. I'm like, and
him as a whole, the
who gave
person
you the right to
behind
say
it.
nigga?
Like, just because you look like a kindergarten drawing does not mean, like, the first time I saw him, I said, oh, so he never plans on having a real job ever,
Ever. He can't.
ever. Like, I wouldn't even hire him at McDonald's. I would be like, you know what, sir? You can work in the back shucking the fries because you can't go at the window. You'll scare the children.
Or amuse the children. I mean, he might have a job for that.
Wait, Bridget says he makes music. He makes something.
he he's had a song or two. He had a song with Nicki Minaj, I believe.
That's it. That's the only song I know. Wait, no, he had one my daughter kept playing over and over for the entire summer because all the kids were using it on TikTok. That's the only reason why I know him. But you know what? Daniel Hernandez, as the courts read it out because he was being, stenography. Daniel Hernandez, you're a snitch and you're not a rapper. And I'm going to need for you to stop acting like black people back you because we don't.
No, I don't think we ever really have,
No,
honestly.
no.
So it looks like we're gonna go ahead and close up. We were trying to get it within an hour. We didn't want to be one of those podcasts that go on for 3-4 hours like some of these podcast guys that love to do, talking about, oh, women this and women that. Man, shut the
Ben
fuck
Shapiro.
up.
Sorry, I had a cough.
We didn't get to Andrew Tate. That was one that I was
Oh my
hoping we
God.
could get to. Should we talk about Andrew Tate and then wrap it up,
I
people?
mean, go ahead. Why
Let's go ahead
not?
and talk about it. Andrew Tate is extraordinarily corny, and he doesn't even realize it. He talks like an anime villain.
Well, I mean,
Unironically.
he tries to say it's because he's British American and it's his accent.
Andrew Tate. We're going to put that one up there. Yep.
You know that they call him the most notorious influencer?
I can see that. I'll give him that one.
Yeah.
I'll give him that one.
Yeah.
But he pushes this whole alpha male persona and all this stuff.
Yep.
But in all honesty, he sounds pretty gay. And I've literally heard him say that sex is not enjoyable with women. It's only good for 30 seconds and then you're done.
He's toxic masculinity.
He is very toxic. He is the walking embodiment of toxic masculinity. I don't, I mean, you can speak on it, Jamie. I'm not attracted to men. Is this an attractive man to you?
No.
No.
I mean, and he's got I love wrestlers and boxers and all that stuff, but his cauliflower ear is absolutely disgusting. And his head's so big, and it's like, grow some hair over that or wear a hat, something.
He looks like Ren from Ren and Stimpy.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He does. Like, this whole idea of the alt-right, they're the ones that started it, where they're saying that drag queens are grooming kids, right? That whole thing. Right?
That's been the huge thing lately.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I've realized: all of these alpha male, alpha bro podcast guys, they are actually grooming young men.
Yes.
To be toxic and shitty, just like them.
Exactly. I will take a drag queen sashaying away all over the place in front of a kindergarten class before having any actual teenage male who's at that changing point in their life listen to this man.
Yeah, it's a very shitty situation. But I will say this: somebody pointed out to me that these male podcasters like Andrew Tate and Fresh and Fit and guys
Right?
like that, they have
I
they
just saw
have
right.
they have a lot of followers like on YouTube, but if you look at their views on their actual videos, they don't have that many views. So
No,
they don't
there's
really have
maybe you see like three, like hundreds instead of thousands. Big difference.
right. So they don't have the retention. Like people, somebody may have followed them like, oh yeah, I'm gonna check them out, but then they never watched them again. And then plus,
Ever.
they ramble on for hours and hours, and nobody wants to watch that. So with that being said,
With that being said, we're gonna stop rambling and being
we're gonna go
petty.
ahead and close it up. So we all appreciate you guys showing up for the first podcast. If you want to be a guest, what we're gonna do podcasts like this, and then we're gonna do podcasts where we interview people. If you want to promote anything that you have going on, any events, projects, you want to plug your SoundCloud, you want to plug your OnlyFans, any of that, go ahead and message me. Let me know. You can message Jamie as well. You can find me on Facebook, as you already did. You can follow me on Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I'm Alonzo Jules everywhere, basically. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and follow me there. Jamie, let them know where you can follow you if you want to
You can
follow
follow
Jamie.
my Facebook. You can find me through Alonzo's page, Jamie Johnson, or you can follow me on my modeling Instagram page, which is Mrs. Johnson, MRZ as in zebra, Johnson 86, because that's a good year. And I don't do all them other social medias. You get Instagram and Facebook from me. So
That's all you're getting.
feel free to follow me in my many changing hair colors.
So that's gonna wrap it up for us, you guys. I'm also gonna post this as a video here and on YouTube. Also, YouTube is Alonzo Jules, if you haven't noticed. It's a brand name. So we will be seeing you hopefully next week, and we're gonna be signing off. So thank you for joining us.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Hey.
Hey. Bye, guys.